It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about crypto, why you really need to be invested. There's some new stuff coming out that shows you really need to be in some kind of high alpha investment. Also covering some of the top news, what you can look forward to this week, and a crypto that VanEck says could 100x. If you don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I appreciate that. There's also a link to FTX Blockfolio underneath the video. There you can get free crypto on trades over $10. They have some of the lowest fees out there, and I already use them, but I'm going to be using them more because I think, something that will be fun for the channel, and I'll talk about that more here in a bit. But check out that link underneath the video. They're really user friendly. Just a reminder, I'm never going to reach out to you on socials. I've had a couple people reach out to me today asking if this was me, and it's not me. It's business and economy, whatever. My financial friend with no I. So just be careful. People will act like they're me. They'll act like other YouTubers. They're going to try to scam you out of your crypto. Now, one reason that we need to be invested in crypto right now is because prices are going insane. You need to have money invested somewhere because there's just so much darn inflation. German consumers to be hit hard by further price hikes in supermarkets. You can see the German Retail Association had already 5% increase before the Ukrainian conflict. They say that now the second wave of price increases is coming, and it will certainly be in the double figures. Now, there's been some update. German food retailers to raise prices by 20 to 50% on Monday. I mean, here in the US, we see inflation of 8, 9%. Some people say it's really like 15%, but take a look at some of these numbers outside of the US. This is not a time to be holding on to cash, even though there's a lot of uncertainty. You really want your money to work because otherwise you just are just going to inflate it away. And we can start to see the crypto market bounce up. We've hit lows a couple months ago now, and you can see how much more expensive things can get in a short amount of time. I mean, Solana is up nearly 50% on the last 1 month. Terra's up 24%. Even Bitcoin's up 14%. One other thing to remember is this is the best month for Bitcoin. If we look at the historical returns, you can break it down by month. January, February, March, April, so on. This is by far the best month, sitting at 26.4%. There's nothing that's even close to this. This is the only month that's within 10% of the returns of April. So hopefully we see a massive green month. Now, if we saw a 30% return, it would put us right back in the 60,000s again. So be on the lookout for that because we could see a huge price increase, assuming we just do what we've done historically. Now, we know LFG is going to continue to continuously buy Bitcoin. We haven't heard anything recently, but that is another thing to pay attention to because we are neutral overall in sentiment. We're actually below the halfway mark. Last month, we were at fear. We were back in here. Went all the way to greed and then back. The market's cooling down just a little bit, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see us actually a little bit more towards fear, honestly. I like that because we're in the high 40,000s, mid to high 40,000s. I'm really happy with that, honestly. And you can see that there's continuous adoption, good news in the background. Gas chain with over 100 stations across Australia to accept Bitcoin payments. Soon, I think a lot of places will accept Bitcoin. We might even get more news of that this week with Jack Mallers, and that's something that we're going to have to be paying attention to. Rumors swirl about Apple accepting crypto as Jack Mallers posts cryptic tweets, and we have to remember too, Tim Cook holds crypto. He says it's reasonable to own as part of a well-diversified portfolio. So that is coming up possibly at the Bitcoin conference. There's going to be some news supposedly that's really large news at the Bitcoin conference. So just going back to this, a lot of people might be soon accepting crypto payments. Now, if you want to make life a lot easier for yourself in terms of crypto payments and transferring and receiving crypto, go get an Unstoppable domain. There's a link to this underneath the video. There you can get a readable wallet address so you don't have to send out 40-character random numbers and letters. You can actually get something like sam.crypto and you can just send easily to and from. You just have to hook up your wallet on the back end. Now, moving on to VanEck, they say Bitcoin could hit 4.8 million if it became the global reserve asset. Now, that's a big if. They think that the Chinese yuan is actually more likely to become the next global reserve currency. You can see, though, that they said on the low end, if they just grow to as the monetary base M0, it would be around 1.3 million. they say that the higher prediction comes in if Bitcoin becomes M2, where it's not just currency, it's not just what you have in your wallet, but it's also all bank deposits and the ability to be converted into cash. So 4.8 million. I know that I would like Bitcoin to hit that amount. Some people say that that's crazy. I realize that that's still really far off, but there are some more realistic expectations as well. Like if you remember Big Ideas 2022, ARK talked about, well, if they became 50% of the global remittance network, they also became 10% of M2, and this is excluding the top 4 countries, then some of the US bank settlement volumes, some of the nation state treasuries, and so on, they show that it could hit about 1.36 million, and that's just in 2030. We also have really large estimates like Robert Breedlove that says 12.5 million in 10 years. So they're wild price targets all over the place. But if we just think, okay, even if it 5x's over the next 8 years, right, until 2030, it's $250,000. That's better than you'll do in pretty much any other investment. And think about what these other cryptos will do as well. I mean, Solana, Cardano, Terra, Ethereum, they would all go up extremely, extremely quickly if we get to $250,000 Bitcoin. We're all going to be sitting pretty if we get to that point. Now, let me know your thoughts about this underneath the video. Let me know what you think the big announcement is coming out of Bitcoin Miami this week. Check out the link to FTX and Unstoppable Domains underneath the video, and I'll cut it before you get that mid-roll ad. Thanks.